Welcome back to In the Ring with Termite and Mr. S. Mr. S, we got another good day today.
Another one. Today we have Mr. Tommy Mauser with us, the founder, creator, owner of Stryk TV that this is going to be airing on.
Wow.
I'm excited to have you.
Ooh, man, makes me feel good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You should
and
feel
did
good.
y'all hear that?
Yeah.
It's going to be airing on Stryk TV.
Stryk TV, baby.
Stryk TV.
Yeah.
So in addition to where you listen to us already on your podcast, now we're going to be having Tommy in the introduction of first episode on his TV station.
Yeah.
So, Mr. S, does that mean that we're making it? That we're making it to the big time?
I don't know. When do you know?
Hey, you're going to need a fan club president. You're going to need this. You're going to need that, man.
We'll start interviewing
Somebody
some
doing
candidates.
press kits.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked a little bit, but this whole idea of getting to the show, we want to understand how you got here today.
Oh,
but
man.
you've also got a long history working
Well,
with
you got about a week and a
celebrities.
half, but we can do this.
We got 25 minutes. We can condense it.
Well, it's been a long ride, and actually 38 years
38 years.
of trying to do the music business. Can
And
you
you're only
imagine?
42, so...
I'm only 42.
So,
yeah.
wow, you started young.
Well, it's not all the miles, man. It's all the sudden stops. You know what I mean? That's
very sudden
I got a
stops.
face for radio, really. You know, that's why my wife does all the interviews. But no, it's been a fun ride, and like I said, dreaming as a kid, watching the newscasts, listening to radio DJs, and I've always wanted to be there. You know, and I used to practice with, people would sing with a hairbrush, doing music. I would do the hairbrush and talk like I was a news guy.
Oh, wow.
I was that guy or DJ, But it's been a long road, but it's been fun.
Well, that's one of the themes of our show is, how did you get to where you are? Everybody might look at you and say, oh, that's the guy that created Stryk TV, and he doesn't even know what problems are. He's just a TV owner.
TV guy, yeah. Well,
TV guy.
When I go out to clubs or venues or churches or whatever, and I've got the camera on my back, everybody thinks I'm just a camera guy, and that's good sometimes because I don't get all the headaches and all the pressure. But my wife is the one that actually helped build this and make it happen. And without her, I wouldn't be doing this.
So tell us her name.
Angela. I'll tell you
Angela.
what. Angela is my go-to. Matter of fact, she would have been here today, but she's handling some issues that were now. Stryk TV is going overseas, here and there, and she's dealing with California and, believe it or not, Japan today.
Oh, wow. So tell us how many people that Stryk TV is going to reach out to.
Potentially.
Well, I will tell you where we're available.
Okay.
Now you can find us on Roku.
Wow.
Fire Stick, Simul TV, SIMUL TV out of Japan, and also Rad.live, cable companies. Now you can watch us on your phone, your computer, StrykTV.com, STRYK TV.com. So we made it happen. This has all happened, believe it or not, guys, in the last 11 months that we were able to put this
things
together.
just started coming together.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of work.
So Tommy, to get straight to the point, our show is about overcoming. Mm-hmm. You started when you were 14. Tell us that story about leaving.
Yeah, well, the story is when
catch us up to now.
Well, we all dream about watching the movie stars, John Wayne, and all of our heroes and TV and things. And there was a show that was coming out when I was about 10 years old. A show called Hellfighters. Yep. And the feature deal was about Houston oil firefighter Red Adair. Mm-hmm. And so John Wayne, so I lived in Alabama as a kid. And I'm sitting on the couch with my mom, and I'm seeing all this via satellite from Houston, Texas. I'm going, man, when they said Houston, man, I'm a born Texan, so I'm listening. So they show all this stuff. I see all these movie stars back and forth, all the big cars. I looked at my mom. I said, I'm going back to Texas, and I'm going to hang out with all those guys.
And you're 14 now.
I'm 14. No, I was 10 years old.
Oh,
then.
you were 10 when you're saying this.
So later on, I hitchhiked to Texas and landed in Katy, Texas, and went on a job site doing construction.
I'll be doggone.
So I built my life in the construction business. My whole family was in it.
Okay.
So later on in life, at 14, I come out here. I worked and did subcontracting, did this and did that. But I bought into a limousine company, which, I told my mom, I'm going to ride you around in the big white car and I'm going to buy you a house. So there was the big white car.
That's
Well,
it.
Check that box.
Well,
Yeah, check that one.
well, hey, during the deal with the limousine service, I got a call to handle this guy that was he was a big buyer at the benefits. It was Red Adair.
And you had no idea at the time.
I had no idea.
Took a job.
I met my childhood hero from Hellfighters, John Wayne movie. I'm looking at him. I'm at his house. I'm picking him up. I'm carrying him out to an event. Well, after that event, his company called me back and hired me for the next year and a half to take care of Mr. Adair.
Oh, wow.
But I'm still doing construction work too now.
Right.
So
Making ends meet.
yeah, and I fell into a deal with Good Morning Houston,
Okay.
which is ABC Channel 13 in Houston, from 1985 to 1992.
Oh, wow.
So I was their go-to guy. I did all the history on all the stars and all the acts that came through and made it all happen. So now I'm hanging out with those people that I told my mom I was going to hang out with. They're calling me.
Making it happen.
So, and then in 2011, I did radio, I did promotions, I did all this stuff. But what happened is we started the Stryk TV in 2011. So almost 13 years that we've been doing this. And we kept growing. And we've been told by our own family members, hey, you'll never get that.
It ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to happen. I don't know why you're doing that.
They're the biggest skeptics, unfortunately.
Yeah. And we were on a small cable company out of Livingston, Texas. Nobody was watching us, but somebody was watching.
Right.
So we kept fighting. And so now, thanks to a lot of big sponsors that we have, you know, Domino's is one of them. I mean,
that's cool.
And several different ones. We got, you know, I can name a bunch of them. But the thing about it is, you got to keep going, man.
That's right.
You got to keep fighting.
Keep getting up after you get knocked down.
So right now, today, like I said, my wife, she is dealing with some prospects that's going to even make us better.
Oh, wow.
Keep going. Keep it out there. So that's what we're doing.
Well, you know your show's fixing to just take off now that you've had
Yeah.
me and Mr. S.
The Facebook, I can see it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to be bigger than you could ever imagine.
You're going to want your own dressing room and all that
yeah.
now.
Can I get that?
We can talk. We can talk.
We'll fix on it.
Yeah.
We'll get that
Have your
done.
machine call my machine.
So, Tommy, during this time, you overcome a lot. You know, at 14 years old, you come here.
Right.
You start in the construction. What are some of the things in life that you had to overcome to get where you're at today?
Oh, it was actually the music business is really is my forte. The country music side of things. One of the big guys that I really wanted to go after, and my mom she always called him her boyfriend, was Conway Twitty. When Conway Twitty came to the rodeo in town, we had him on Good Morning Houston, and I actually carried my mom to that. And today is my brother's birthday. We lost him in 1987. He was anyway. And my mom was going through that moment, losing a son. So I was able to carry my mom to the Channel 13 to meet and hang out with Conway Twitty.
Kind of offset some of that.
Now, I'm going to tell you how I told you we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
When I told you I met T.G. Shepard,
Right.
him and Conway were performing at the Astrodome.
Wow. Well, now,
and I got to
was
meet
that
them.
in 87?
It sure was.
There it is.
It sure
So,
was.
see,
And
that-
I got
Y'all
to
were
actually-
crossing paths
So we
without even
were
knowing it.
right there, huh?
Look at there.
Yeah, there you go. So 1987, and the way I got my mom there was a secret. That morning, I said that night before, I said, "Hey, Mom," she baked a lot of cakes and stuff. I said, "Mom, bake one of your cakes, and I need to. I got a meeting in the morning, but I want you to go with me to help me serve this cake. It's a big meeting." I didn't tell her.
You set it up.
So
Very nice.
we walked in there, and Conway was in the green room. You know, I've been in your green room here. It's nice, man. Yeah, you got a nice green room. So the thing is, what happened was when I carried my mom in there, Conway was just in a jacket and a ball cap, and what got me was he was sitting there, and she looked in there. She says, "I know that guy." I said, "You don't know that guy.
Familiar.
You don't know. You don't have a clue who that guy is." So I walked in. Her favorite song was "Hello, Darling." So when I introduced my mom to Conway, I said, "Hey, excuse me, can my mom hang out here with you?" He went, "Yes, sir." And I said, "Well, this is my mom, Vivian." He stood up and goes, hello, darling.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I love it.
So from that point on, my mom, she knew when I carried her somewhere, she was going to meet somebody.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
That's super special.
But living that childhood dream, hanging out with the guys, and my mom always had a radio on. And my mom is actually the hero in this music business because of what she did, and how she raised me. And I would listen to stories on the radio and find out who these guys were. So when it came to Good Morning Houston, I knew a lot of that stuff. I knew the history of those guys. So it helped me create and get involved. And so if it hadn't been for Good Morning Houston and my mom, I wouldn't be doing this.
Wow.
So
Created that foundation.
Don Nelson, Jane Glenn, and all the guys. Mary Roberts, she's passed away, but all that gang over there, behind the scene people, So it's
it is such a small world. He's sitting there naming all these people, and these are people that were my friends.
Yeah,
and
Kilt Radio, Chuck Joseph, and Gene Austin, and the Joe Lads, and all these guys that we hung out with, the Bill Nashes, that we wanted to hang out with. We're doing that. Well, you went to a golf tournament the other day. Look who you hung out with.
Yeah. We had Larry Durker there.
Yeah.
We had Dan Pastorini. We had the strongest guy in the world that's benched 1,200 pounds.
Yeah. So,
and,
but see now, I've never been starstruck. But the thing about it is, I got to get there. I got to,
It's a drive.
Yeah. It's like tonight. I'm going to see a girl, and she's a female entertainer, and she's awesome. But I don't get excited like I used to. But this girl, I'm going to go. And
okay, is she local?
She's local.
Is she blonde hair?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. But anyway, but she's good. But that's what I look for.
Yeah.
And now we got record labels calling us out of Nashville. We got promotion guys. We got PR guys. We got and now we've got people like you who said, "Hey, man, that's what we want." That's a part of Stryk TV. So with what we're doing right now it's just an awesome feat.
Rewind and tell me a little bit more construction. That's how you were making ends meet. So these two worlds could not get more opposite. How did you blend that and make all that happen?
Well, it was a want to, and it goes back to Gene Watson. 1981, I go to a guy, I got a call, and I go to this guy's house. He's got some remodeling and add-ons he wants to do. And so I get there, and this guy comes out, long hair, beard, and no shirt on, got a big old gold chain on, GW, and said his name was Gary Watson. Okay. All right, whatever. So I get there, and he's got about 15 to 20 cars on this long carport. I'm going, dude, what are you, a rock star or something? And he said, no. So he said, come look at my house. And we did that. Started working on the house. This big bus would pull up. The bus would come in, and these guys get out of a car, get on the bus, and leave. I'm thinking, what are they doing? So what happened was, Gene asked me to take him to the airport one day, and we called him Gary. So I got the radio on in the truck, and I'm driving down the road. He said, hey, man, can you mind turning that off? And I said, well, you don't like country music? He goes, you don't know what I do. I don't have a clue what you do. So come to find out, he invited me to a show.
Wow.
So I'm 24, 25 years old. I said, dude, hey, get out there, all the pretty girls and all this. I'm in,
What do you do? I want to do it too.
I want to do this, So I couldn't sing. I didn't play a guitar or nothing. So I started listening more to radio and listening to Gene, going to shows with him. Then that branched out to meeting this guy and that guy and hanging out at big events and DJs. And so.
All from doing a remodeling project.
So remodeling,
that's kind of got you.
And I still, that's why I got dust on my hat right now, because I've been building the barn. And I'm building my own studio. So.
Yeah, you're redoing the studio?
I'm doing a studio, man. Brand new studio. So, yeah. We've got so much going on right now. We're talking about T.G. Shepherd, Mo Bandy. We've done T. Graham Brown. We've had them come into our little cafe up in town there. So we do our own shows now. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're just creating and making things happen. You got to make things happen, because the next guy's not going to do it.
Yeah, it don't just happen. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, you got to make it happen.
And you're big in Texas music, too. Don't you have a website?
Oh, my God, yeah. We also have a little radio outlet called TexasBestCountry.com.
TexasBestCountry.com.
And the reason I do that is the support of the Texas music artists. Okay. We give them spins. We actually help them with their rating on the Texas charts. So we stepped out and made all that happen. So.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the business side as much. I'm learning more about the Texas business versus the Nashville scene and
yeah. Well, Texas has its own Nashville, so to speak.
Right.
We got our own radio station, our own charts. Yeah. We got Texas radio promoters that handle the Pat Greens, the Wade Bowens, and all these people.
Roger Krager. We had his brother on here earlier. We had Roger Krager's brother on.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Roy Krager.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. I started that back in early 2000s with different promotions and different sponsors on different stages around the city, the crawfish festivals or whatever. So, and we've helped break out quite a few of them, the Cody Johnsons, the Cody Jinks. We've been there, done that.
Wow. So you're involved in all kind of entertainment aspects, going from construction to being in the entertainment world.
Yeah, and I still love it. Now, when COVID come in, when all that happened, we found ourselves back in the building business. On my side, not my wife, not with Stryk TV, but that's what I like doing that as well. I got a call yesterday. A girl's going up in Minnesota buying this big mansion, and she wants me to come up there and do a show on it.
I'll be day.
So just kind of like a reality TV.
She wants to do the whole thing. Yeah, and I said, well, you can do that and sell that off to somebody. No, I want Stryk TV to do it.
Yeah.
So original programming.
Yeah, talking about Stryk TV, tell us a little bit about how the conception of it and where it come from and what got you to buy or to build Stryk.
Well, I was doing radio.
Okay.
All right. And believe it or not, it was a hot June day, and a guy come by, and Angela says, somebody's out there with a ladder on a truck, and I don't know what he's doing. So I go out there and I say, hey, man. He said, hold on a minute. So he went up to this pole and did some work, came back down. I said, hey, man, you want a Dr. Pepper? Yeah, I'll take one. So I gave him one. And he said, I said, well, what's going on? He said, well, you're not going to believe this, but I'm here. I got to cut your cable off. I said, for what? He said, non-payment. I said, okay. So I go inside to Angela. I said, do you have that receipt where I paid that cable bill the other day? Yeah, I got it right here. So I took it back out to the guy, and he looked at it. He goes, you know what? I'll be right back. So he went into town. Couldn't find out the girl that was getting the money ran off.
Oh, my gosh.
So he came back, cut the cable back on. And I seen him later. I was at the radio station. He was actually working on another cable. So I heard he had the radio on out there. So I paid Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put that on there, and I started talking about the cable guy. Don't cut my cable off, dude, on the radio.
So he can hear it.
And he's looking all around like, what the heck?
That's great.
Somebody's watching me. So I went outside and I said, hey, man, I've been talking about you on the radio. He said, that's you, man? I said, yeah. So I took him up, got him a barbecue sandwich. We hung out. And I said, hey, tell your boss, man, I want a cable channel. I need a channel. Came back to the radio station 2 days later and said, hey, man, my boss wants to meet you.
That's bold.
Yeah.
And I said, do what? So come to find out, the boss man had done research on my wife, and I found out we knew everybody in town. He built that new internet and cable company. The bigger of the company that was there, we kind of overtook some of that.
Wow.
So that cable company was bought out by the big guy that had been there forever. So we actually got on the bigger of the cable company, and that's how we...
I love these stories. And it's because you already had like an experience and expertise, and then you just decide to take a step, open your mouth. Hey, I want a cable channel.
When the new company got bought out, they didn't know if they was going to have us on or not. I go, okay. All right, well, we need to be here because we have sponsors. And so they called us back in and said, man, we don't know who you guys are, but we need you. Because we've been threatened if we take Stryk TV off that nobody's going to buy our cable. So I thought that was pretty doggone cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah. So I said, hey, man, we're in. But they have been the best company to us and helped us out so much. Whatever we need, they're there. And it's a group called now Highline. It was Livingston Telephone. Then it was Livcom. Now it's High. But I got to give those guys a plug, man. They've been there, and whatever we need, and you got to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You when you pick the phone up and you call somebody and go, well, let me think about it. They go, it's there. Yeah. That's what you got to have.
Well, we're excited because we're going from a regular podcast
format,
and we're fixing to be on TV.
Well, we do a lot at different locations, you and I, and we go to a lot of events. And now I was doing a big deal with a big charity deal at the VFW the other night, and they had a smart TV, and I looked up, and the girl had Stryk TV on.
That makes you feel good.
You know, and I went, dude, that's awesome. Different, you know, the club scene, the churches, or whatever. You know, you got to be everywhere. And now we have a show called Country Sundays.
Okay.
That you're going to love. It's about God, family, and country.
I like that.
And so we're into that. And so you gotta get creative. And we have shows out of Nashville that's highly produced, and they send it to us. So you're watching. I mean, you're watching full blown TV at its best. So,
that's incredible.
And screaming.
And you're still doing the radio.
Yeah, I still got the radio.
How can we keep up with the different events that you go to? You got something online?
You got to watch Stryk TV, man.
It's a Stryk TV.
I think that was a good plug.
That was a very good
Stryk
plug.
TV.
That was a good
That
plug.
was definitely concise.
Yeah. And it's STRYK, and actually the name came from my wife's horse, Stryker.
Stryker.
Okay.
And
I
that's
was
how
fixing
it
to
is.
ask,
cool.
you know, where did the name come from? So it's from
Stryk,
her
yeah,
horse.
it's Stryk TV, and we've had so much help. And it's been a blessing, and I'm gonna tell you what, without guys like you, you know, making that phone ring and do that and doing this, and it's just been an awesome feat, man. And in the ring, hey, what a name!
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, and this guy's gonna be a big movie star.
He,
You know?
he is. We do a little bit about his story. We need to interview him and have
we
him
do.
share more because it's going to get big.
Yeah, but I will tell you, laying all the kidding aside, when somebody tell you can't do it,
Yeah.
show them you can.
It's my favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
show
we
me
love
that.
to tell our people that.
Yeah, you gotta
we
show me.
always, you know, you heard it from the man himself. If somebody says you can't, you really can. Can't means you just haven't tried the right way, or you need to try again, or whatever it might be. But, you know, I love the scripture in the Bible that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And, you know, we're impressed with you.
Well, and you know, you got to have faith, you know, and, you know, without faith, and you got to work it. Without the works,
you got to work as well. You can't just think about it.
Yeah. We all got the faith. It's embedded in us. So we have to work it.
Yeah.
And what I mainly like is my little wife. She's quiet. She's laid back. She don't boast and brag and kind
of like you.
Yeah, well, no, I'm the mouth of the South when it comes to
mouth of the South
when it comes to all this stuff. But she's really quiet.
And, opposites attract, right?
Yeah,
that's what they say.
You got, but she does great interviews.
Yeah,
she does. You can watch her. So, but I like it when they get through with her. And we did an interview with the guy who was Sling Blade. What was his
Sling Blade?
The movie. Anyway, when we got done, he's got a band. So when we got done with the interview, I think of the name in it. He actually stood up and applauded.
Wow.
Her interview. So, yeah.
You know, we may have to have her on here.
It'd be nice. I love hearing these stories.
Yeah. But she's a lot prettier. She's a lot prettier than me now. Come on.
You think she'd come?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, she'd love it.
We'd love to do it. And,
yeah.
And you know, we're friends, and friends ask friends good things. So I'm going to ask you to help us get some big names on our talk for our people.
Yeah, and you're going to go out to different locations, I understand.
Yeah, we are. We're open to ideas. I know taking your kind of guidance, we just want to bring good stories to people.
Cool. Hey, I'm in. So what do we have to do for Stryk TV, for In the Ring? Hey, you got our blessings.
Well, we're going to post all this stuff. I mean, let's say it again, the different things that people can follow you on. The radio.
StrykTV.com, STRYK. TV.com, and then there's TexasBestCountry.com.
Texas Best Country.
All you got to do is hit the play button. So,
and then, of course, you got all the social
Roku,
media channels.
For Stryk TV, Roku, the Fire Stick, the Rad.live, Simul TV, on your phone, computers, whatever. So,
what kind of programming are you looking to do as you're growing this?
Well, we want to do different programs now. The music business is all good, but now we've been invited to do stuff like what you guys are doing. Some cooking shows. We've been invited to bring that to play. We've been invited to do some sports stuff. So
the reality, like you're following the lady building.
We wanted whatever demand is and what content. Everything revolves around content.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around content. So, and don't let anybody tell you can't do it. So,
and you said something that I like to emphasize. the family members, some of them. Some are the toughest ones. They love you, but they're the ones they're kind of scared for you.
Yeah. Oh, I can call them up and say, hey, man, we're on TV, blah, blah, I'll turn it on. Yeah, well, I'm watching this show right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing, but that's just.
But when I go see the big guys, the stars and all that, they won't in.
Yeah.
Of course.
Isn't that a fact?
Yeah. Well, we can't wait. Just follow this journey that you're on. We're glad to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Seeing, where this goes. We'll post this, and we're just excited for the next time.
Yeah. Y'all gonna make me look pretty?
Of course.
Okay.
Are we gonna?
Yes, sir.
All right. Something we do is we end it with, hey, everybody out there.
Close every show.
Every show, keep your guard up.
Keep your guard up.
Oh.